So it's 7 a.m. on a Sunday, and I just had to absolutely make this video right now because I'm just like mortified. I just so wrong. It's so wrong. I've been on a parasite cleanse, and I'm on day 7. I don't have 7 fingers on this hand, but I'm gonna put up a picture here. This just came out of my body. It's like a 2-foot long parasite. It's absolutely disgusting. It is. It's mortifying, and I have to keep doing this for 2 more weeks, for 14 days. It's a 21-day cleanse. But I want to share this and put it out there because for all I'm just even speechless right now because no one talks about it. For some reason, if you live in the United States of America, you can't get parasites. Like, I have been shamed by my doctors for even asking about parasite cleanses. Like, I asked to get tested for them just by like my regular PA, and she asked me, have you been out of country? And I'm like, well, does Canada count? No. And do you cook your food? And I'm like, I try. Like your meat. Do you cook your meat? And I'm like, yes, obviously. But there is so many different ways that you can get parasites or food cross-contamination. Yeah, there we go. Surf safe. You all know what I'm talking about. But it is just wrong because I fell down this hellhole of a parasite cleanse because I got diagnosed with cancer 4 years ago, and it kind of kept coming up, parasites, and so I started getting more into it and reading into it. And again, it's been 4 years, and I'm just now doing it, and it's the best money I've ever spent on anything of trying to make myself feel better. Jack, sorry, my puppy. So I even had a dietitian test me. She tested my stool sample, and she probably like gave me the best advice ever. She was like, yeah, everything shows that you have parasites, but they're not here. They're not on the paper. They're not showing up because you are absorbing absolutely nothing. So it doesn't matter what you're taking for supplements or what you're eating, because you're just not absorbing it. You're not eating it. Your body is not digesting it at all. And I just kind of chalked it up too, and also her of like, I also had like SIBO, small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, Jack, and which it is like if you have inflammation, then you're not absorbing anything either because everything's just going right through you. So that was like the number one thing where I was like, okay, like she's a professional, she knows what she's talking about. Maybe I should look more into this. And don't ask me to quote his name. It's one of the doctors that cures cancer naturally. I can't, but I've watched every video on YouTube under the sun for natural healing. I was just so desperate when I first got diagnosed with cancer I just wanted to everything I could learn about healing on your own. So this doctor has a really high success rate of helping people heal naturally, and he said 100% of the people that he's helped had parasites. It's like the first thing he would do is put them on a cleanse. And it's not to say that the parasites cause cancer, but they just deplete you of all of your nutrients. They're just sucking the life out of you and your ability to your immune system to fight off cancer. So here's like a fun fact. Every person if they live to 100 years old, will have cancer 7 times. And it's just a matter of, can your body fight it off? Um, and right, it's your immune system, and because it's a natural process, and it's not that scary. It's just a matter of, what do you need to do about it? What do you need to do to correct course and get back on track? And in the United States, we are the only country that do not do parasite cleanses. And if you ask doctors, they're like, no, like they don't exist. I even asked my holistic doctor. I finally found a good one, and I'm like, oh, I really like her. And I asked her about it. She's like, yeah, we can do one, and she believes in doing them. But I'm like, so why do you think like Americans are just like impervious to parasites? Like we just can't get them here. Like it's only other countries, or it's only our pets, right? Like it's only, you know, we're just like in this magical bubble that we can't be touched. And she said, I actually think it's the opposite. She's like, I think we're so clean over here that we're actually, we're like too sterile, because we give all of our animals like antibiotics and Lysol the shit out of everything. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense either, because the reason our animals have so many antibiotics is because they live in horrible conditions, and it's for them to not get diseases. It has nothing to do with parasites. Like they don't necessarily treat their animals for parasites. They don't give a shit about that as long as they're healthy enough to get to the slaughterhouse. But if you eat sushi, if you walk outside, you can get parasites just from through the ground in your feet, like they, and if you have pets, like if you've ever had an animal with fleas, those transmit eggs, which turn into parasites that you can get from them. If here's another fun one. If you've ever had a hamburger and you cook the burger, and then you flip the burger with the spatula, and then you use the same spatula to put that burger on your plate, that's cross-contamination right there. That is how you're like eating raw meat. How many times have you done that? How many barbecues have you been to? How many restaurants that do not switch their utensils when they're touching raw meat? They're cooking with them. Even fryolators, it's like you're dunking raw meat in the fryolator, but I mean, who's to say that there isn't, it's in there long enough to actually kill everything off that utensil, off the what I'm talking about. So I had getting these hints of, you need to do a cleanse, and oh, thank God I did, because it's absolutely horrifying. Again, like this is day 7 that I've been on it, and you start doing it you start looking in your stools for 4 days, and every single day is just like a horror show of like stuff that's coming out of my body. But today it was the most disgusting. It was like 2 foot long. It was like this ancient like dinosaur. Ugh. And you just don't get rid of them unless you actually treat them, or you're eating healthy enough, because like if we don't eat the foods that we used to eat, like seeds, raw garlic, almost anything growing on your front lawn, herbal tea, like they're all like anti-parasitic. Like I was even looking, like I was dehydrating my lilacs the other day just because they smell good, and so I'm like, oh well, what are the benefits of them? And they are anti-parasitic. I'm like, no kidding. And so again, it's just a matter of like, it's a natural process, but can your body help regulate itself? But mine apparently was not. And I have been sick and tired my whole life. Like even in like high school sports, like I was always the one to like ask to sit down. I'm like, you need to take me out, coach. Like I'm freaking tired. And it's a cycle. Like they don't live for that long, but they can live up for like 7 years, and then they die off, and then they have eggs, and so it's just, you're just constantly contaminated with them. And I'm just so relieved. I'm so relieved that I finally did it. It's worth every penny. the one I'm doing, I found her through Kelly Noonan. She does the Heal documentary on Gaia. I highly recommend that if you are trying to do like a health thing, if you believe in healing and looking for some kind of answers. Just taking that from a dog, and no. And she does an interview on YouTube with a doctor who created the cleanse. And if you actually watch the video, I'll put the link in the comments or on the description. You can get a discount through them if you, it's in their description as the discount. And if you have visible parasites, she said you have to do the cleanse like 2 to 3 more times. And I'm like, of course you do. I was like, because she said after 14 days, and this is where a lot of the cleanses go wrong, is it takes 14 days to kill the eggs. So the like egg sacs will come out after that, and I'm just, I can't wait. So it's gonna be exciting. Another fun thing is I went to do a Thai yoga session, and the lady was super cool. She was like into like energy reading and stuff, and so I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna ask her, what do you think of parasite cleanses? And she just started laughing because I did a questionnaire for like Ayurvedic of like my health and everything, and she's like, the first thing that came to mind was you had parasites, but she's like, it's not really my place to say that, and it really creeps people out. But she's like, I'm from South Africa, and when we moved over here, my mother asked for dewormer from the doctor, and the doctor made her mom feel so ashamed about deworming your kid that she never asked for them again while she was in the United States. But in where they're from, they deworm their whole family and their pets every 6 months. Every 6 months. And that's it. Like, just because, like, yeah, sure, maybe they have different parasites than over here, but they're everywhere. They're just they don't live in certain lines of like these invisible borders of like, no, parasites just live across the seas. It's they can't travel. They don't do that. So that, again, just like, and this was just a couple weeks ago, I had already ordered the cleanse. I already had it. I just wanted to ask her just out of curiosity. And so it was just that more like gratifying of doing the cleanse, but it also just made me realize, like, oh my God, like, no, we really just need to talk about it. We especially in the United States, like, why is it not a thing? Because it is real. It is so real and so satisfyingly disgusting. Like, I feel so much better, and maybe it is even just psychological at first, because I'm like, oh, like that just came out of my body. But even talking to the Thai yoga lady, I was like disgusted. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a horror show. But it gave me a new sense of relief too, of like, oh my God, like, these little shits have been freeloaders all my life, and what can I feel like at full capacity? Like, if I'm not hindered by this blood-sucking parasite that's just been like draining me, right? And I feel so much better already. Like, I'm through the roof excited about doing it, and I just want to share that. Yep. I hope you have a good day. All right. Good luck. Bye.